Hi, welcome to Redesigning StoryCrafter. Let me just show you what we got starting right now. Looks like we have the home page of beta.storycrafter.com where I've installed codeignitor, and this is basically the default codeignitor page, maybe with just a little bit. I just replaced some of the text here. When I'm going to go ahead and get started, I'm going to create a new page. It'll be and I'll probably leave it on the server for posterity. It'll be just a little Easter egg. But I'm going to create a page called Sonona, which will be able, you'll be able to click on it and maybe get a picture of my youngest daughter. So let me go ahead and just save this as this is the let me just before I do that. This is the actual code that generates that page. It's called class home in the home file, and the function is index. And here you have the text, and it's loading in this it's loading in this template here, which is just to tell us what the text is, and then displaying it. So I'm going to create a new page. Just going to copy this one. I'm going to save this one as Sonona, my daughter's name, and I'm going to change the class name to Sonona. Alright, I'm going to get rid of this. Don't need this. Public function index, which is the home page, what you'll get to if you watch Sonona. I'm going to get rid of these comments up here too. Don't need them either. Just save that. Okay, now if I go to Sonona, you'll see it. It should be exactly the same. Yep, same page. So I just basically made a copy of the page, and now I'm just going to modify it. I just changed the title here, which you probably won't be able to tell. Oh, welcome to my page. I'm Sonona. Welcome to my page. I'm Sonona. Great. Now let's change this content here. Yeah, I'll go ahead and change this. I'm going to save this template as Sonona too. Alright, let's see. And for the sake of, do you want to see by picture? Click here. Okay, so now this click here, actually, I need to make a URL out of that. So I'm just going to echo out link for the time being. Alright, now that's going to save to the page, and now instead of loading in home, I'm going to load in Sonona. So the page content will grab from the Sonona. And if we just refresh this, we can see some of the changes that we've made. Alright, we can see that we tried to echo out an undefined variable link. So it did what we wanted it to do. Do you want to see my picture? So now I need to create that link. So in order to do that, I'm going to load in a helper file. Helper, and let's see, I think the name of the helper is URL, and if I'm not mistaken, here it is. This is the functions that the URL helper class, oh, it's not the class, but the URL helper gives us, and I'm just going to copy that one. That's the one I want, anchor. Okay. And I want to define something called link, because that's what we're trying to echo out, so I need to send that data into that template. So let's go ahead and link to that. The URI is going to be Sonona /picture, which is going to be where you're going to be able to see your picture. And then the title is going to be click here. attributes. We're just going to leave those as nothing. Alright, so this will define that link, and that we should get rid of that error now. Let's check the link. You want to see my picture? Click here. Great. Then if I hover over it, I can look down at the bottom corner and I can see that actually it is going to the correct URL. That's what that helper function does, anchor. It gives me a link to the appropriate place based on the defined site name. Alright, now let's create that page. Picture. Every page inside of a class, every public function inside of a class is sort of like a page. So I'm going to go ahead and create another. Picture. No parameters. Let's just load everything the same way. Alright, so now I have exactly the same content. Let's do the site name. Welcome to... You know what, that's bothering me. I'm going to change this from welcome to just echo out the site name. And I probably should do that in the other one too, but right for now I'm just going to leave it that way. So that way I can kind of make that however I want. Great, here I am. Alright, so now all I gotta do is create the content that's going to be that link. So it looks like what I need to do is, since this is I'm gonna kinda cheat here. Yeah, I'm going to kind of cheat here because I'm going to use the same variable again. So instead of creating a new template file, I'm just going to create a new variable. And I think there's a URL helper method that will let me do that. I think it's called, yeah, base URL. This will give me a link to the base URL. So let's just, you know what, let's just create an image source equals, and I'll close that tag off. So the source is going to be, eventually it'll end up being include /gfx/sonona.jpg. But inside here is where I need to insert base URL. Okay, so data link, and you know what, that might actually do it. So let's just try it and see. Click here. Oh, great, here I am. So there is how you get to Sonona's picture. Now the only thing that I would probably do differently is pass this texting as content too, so that you don't see that. And I'll probably modify that after I get done here. But that's basically how you just create some simple pages. Welcome to my page. I'm Sonona. Do you want to see my picture? Click here, and there's her. She's a beautiful girl, and just she's so seriously sleeping here, but she is generally exuberant and just a joy. So, and that's all there is to it. You know what I'm going to do though? Home index. I guess I don't have one. I was going to add some caching into this, but I don't want to look it up right now. And so that's it. That's basically how you're going to create some pages, and that's the foundation anyway. So from there, we're going to get a little bit more fancy, and we're going to do some pretty crazy things. So that's a good start.